Okay, by now you've collected your data for the Pendulum lab. You should have these first two columns filled out with the length of 5 different pendulums or 5 different length pendulums and the time it took the pendulum to complete 10 back and forth swings or 10 periods. What we need to do now is take that data and calculate the time it takes for 1 period, and then we're going to use that to try to calculate the acceleration due to gravity. So the first thing is this is 10 periods. What's 1? So the formula here is time divided by 10. So we're going to take this time here and divide it by 10, which is essentially like doing 10 trials and finding the average. So if I divide this by 10 or move the decimal point, I should get 1.23, not 1.29, 1.23 seconds. Now I'm going to use that piece of information to calculate the acceleration due to gravity. I'm going to try to do this on the whiteboard here, so I think that's going to be the easiest way. So the formula for gravity is 4 pi squared times the length of the pendulum divided by the period, 1 period, squared. So I usually like to start when I do a math problem by just filling in the stuff I know. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to carry this down, 4 pi squared. And my length was 0.39 meters. And my period was 1.23 seconds. And don't forget we're going to need to square that. It's a common mistake not to square it. Okay, so let's start to do some calculations here. You might want to start with 4 pi squared. I don't mind if you use the pi button or if you use 3.14. It all pretty much shakes out in the end. If you square pi, you should get about 9.86, and then multiply that by 4. Should give you about 39.44. Again, if you use the pi button or round differently, it might be a little bit different. Then I've got this number stays the same, my meters there, but I do have to square this 1.23. So I'm going to take 1.23 times 1.23, and that's going to give me 1.51 seconds squared. Okay. Now I just have to fill in the problem. So I'm going to start with my parentheses and my order of operations. So 0.39 divided by 1.51 is 0.25 meters per second squared. And then I'm going to take that number and multiply it by 39.44. And that's going to give me 10.19 meters per second squared. 10.19 meters per second squared. I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug it into this value here. So this is the acceleration due to gravity that I calculated using experimental data. Good luck.